After a tragedy atop a Columbia parking garage, we looked into inconsistencies when it comes to garage barriers.
New TSA security for your next trip to the airport.
And Greitens files a restraining order against the Attorney General. KOMU 8 News at 6 starts now.
Governor Greitens filed a request for a restraining order against Attorney General Josh Hawley in an effort to bar him from investigating anything that has to do with the governor. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jem Reek.
And I'm Emily Spain. KOMU 8 obtained court documents from Monday explaining the governor's request. You may recall that earlier this week, Greitens asked Hawley to recuse himself from investigating his charity because Hawley called for the governor's resignation last week after the legislative report on his affair and blackmail allegations. The documents lay out the same arguments, but formally ask the court system to block Hawley from investigating Greitens, his office, or anything associated with him. The request asks the state bring in a special prosecutor. Yesterday, Hawley said the cases are totally unrelated and he would continue to investigate. KOMU 8 examined the protection barriers on the roof of a downtown Columbia parking garage after the suicide death of a 91-year-old man. KOMU 8's Jalen Henderson found barriers on the roof level can't prevent someone from jumping off the 9-story structure. She's live at that garage now to show us what she found.
Today, I talked to the city's communications director, Brian Atkinson, who says the 5th Street and Walnut parking garage is up to code, according to standards from 2006, even though the garage was built in 2011. The ordinance says that barriers should be present for buildings and parking garages that meet a certain height requirement. As you can see, this parking garage does have them, but they're not all the same size. Right behind me, this barrier is about 7 feet tall, so no one can really jump. But if you walk this way, further away from the garage, you can see the height of the barriers decreasing. This one just goes to my midsection. KOMU 8 News found out that there have been 3 separate suicides here at this parking garage in the past 7 years, including yesterday's. Reporting live in Columbia, Jalen Henderson, KOMU 8 News.
Just a day after that public suicide, an MU student organization used T-shirts to raise awareness about the college suicide rate. About 1,100 college students in America die from suicide each year. A group called Active Minds Mizzou hosted its 3rd annual Shed the Silence Day. Volunteers spread hundreds of T-shirts on Kuhlman Court to represent each student death last year. A member says it's important to get help if you're not feeling yourself.
You're not alone. It's normal. Seek help whenever you think you need it, and be an advocate for others. Just because one person's going through something doesn't mean that anyone else isn't not.
The group will donate the shirts to those in need in Honduras and to other charities.
Here's what's happening right now. The TSA has finished rolling out new security measures at all airports around the U.S., including Columbia. KOMU 8's Tyler Emery is live at the Columbia Regional Airport with what you need to know to prepare for your next flight.
That's right. The TSA actually began rolling out these security changes last summer, but it did take some time to get every TSA employee trained and every airport up to speed. But now every airport you do travel to across the country will have some new procedures for checking your carry-on bags as you go through security.
It's routine when you go through airport security to take off your shoes and coat and remove your phone. But TSA agents will now ask you to remove certain foods, powders, and all electronic devices bigger than a cell phone, or even any large items that clutter your bag. Fears after threats in 2016 where explosives hidden in electronics tried to take down planes sparked these new security measures.
I went through my change in my wallet because they couldn't see through it, so I put it in the plastic bag in my backpack this time.
I could see how they would be very inconvenient. And then especially for those traveling with kids that have pre-planned snacks and things of that nature.
Sometimes when traveling, every minute counts.
I'm just used to being delayed.
Luckily, some say they haven't faced delays yet, but now change how they prepare for travel.
It definitely changed my packing plan on how I was going to pack and what I was going to bring and what I was going to carry on versus what I was going to check.
The TSA says adjusting to the process might be a bit of a burden.
It's going to cause the waits to be a little bit longer as people are learning the new procedures.
But say the increased security is worth it.
Really, it's there to make sure that we can properly screen those electronics when they go through and keep everybody safe as they travel from point A to point B.
If it does what it's supposed to do, its intended result in keeping people off planes that aren't supposed to be on there and keeping passengers safe, I'm more for it.
Now, if you have TSA PreCheck, these changes won't affect you, as long as there is a dedicated TSA PreCheck line. Unfortunately, the Columbia Airport does not have one of those lines, so the changes will still affect you here at the airport. Reporting live from the Columbia Regional Airport, Tyler Emery, KMU8 News.
We have an update on the Columbia crash that killed one woman Saturday night at the intersection of Paris and Brown Station Road. The driver of the motorcycle is now charged with murder. Aaron Monroe, the driver of the motorcycle, ran a red light and crashed into another vehicle. Michelle Groves died due to the injuries from the crash. The Columbia Police Department reported it suspects Monroe was under the influence. The investigation is ongoing. And an investigation led to law enforcement arresting a man on suspicion of sex crimes involving a minor. Carter Baldwin was formerly a legal assistant for the Missouri House of Representatives. Baldwin allegedly responded to a post made by an undercover decoy. He asked the child to sneak out of her home and send him nude pictures. The task force served a search warrant at Baldwin's house and took him into the custody at his work. State Representative Mark Matheson, who Baldwin previously worked for, released a statement saying in part, "I am stunned and deeply concerned by Carter Baldwin's arrest and the extremely serious nature of the criminal charge filed against him. While I think it's important to allow the legal system to determine his guilt or innocence, I have made the immediate decision to end his employment with my office."
Columbia and all of mid-Missouri felt strong winds today, which helped a fire next to Highway 63 scorch a hill and send smoke across the road. More strong winds are expected the next few days. KOMU8's Ian Nickens is live at the site of today's fire. Ian?
Hello, everyone. We don't know what started the fire that decimated this hillside, but the intense, nonstop wind that that's still blowing even now definitely kept it going. The wind was blowing the entire time we were out filming earlier today. You can hear it roaring in the background of our footage and see the camera shaking. The fire was noticeable from the highway, but the smoke didn't obscure the vision of any drivers. The hillside by the road is scorched and blackened, but since firefighters arrived quickly, the fire wasn't able to spread as widely. Dry and windy conditions have helped small fires grow into giants all across the United States. Now, KMU8's Tim Schmidt says that while the aggressive wind will die down later tonight, Columbia will stay dry until at least Sunday, when there's a chance of rain. We'll see what Kenton has to say back in the studio. Live in Columbia, Ian Nickens, KOMU8 News.
Yeah, how about we talk to Kenton about that very windy day out there today? Kenton, any sunshine on its way?
And we do have sunshine on our way, and we have a little bit of less wind as well. But I want to start off with our allergy report here. A lot of folks dealing with allergies here the past couple weeks. We do still have very high levels of tree pollen out there, so that is definitely our biggest allergen at this point. Otherwise, look at our almanac for our day today. High temperature was actually 60 here in Columbia, low in the middle 40s here. That was early this morning, very average for that low temperature, a little below average though in the high temperature, as it has been a cool April for us, as we know. And precipitation-wise, it's been a bit of a dry one for us too. Only about half an inch of total rainfall in Columbia so far this month. Now, that high temperature today actually came earlier on in our day. You can see we were right around that 60-degree mark through much of the midday time period, but then that all trailed off as we head into the afternoon, and that's because we have a cold front that's rolled through. So now temperatures cooling on behind that. 43 right now in Columbia. Again, high temperature of 60 today, 43 in Moberly, and 18-mile-per-hour winds still here in Columbia. They're still gusting around 35 miles per hour, though. I'm going to track those dying down. We'll look ahead to our next weather maker, too. That's right after the break.
All right, Kenton, thank you very much. Birds not native to mid-Missouri have set up camp in the area. How climate change could be the reason why.
Never be surprised by the weather. Download the free KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app. Brought to you by Central Bank of Boone County.
I'd introduce myself, but this isn't about me, James Hinchcliffe, famous IndyCar driver. It's about the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event, where all your Honda dreams can come true. Check out the CR-V, Motor Trend's SUV of the year, and the HR-V. Both have style for the city and ground clearance for the country. The garage life.
The Honda Dream Garage Spring Event is on now. Visit your local Honda dealer today to check out 2018's best SUV brand.
It's college week. I'm wearing a sweatshirt under here.
On Wheel of Fortune.
I study biomedical sciences, applied linguistics, molecular, cellular, developmental biology.
See who adds Wheel Winner to their resume.
Weeknights at 6:30 on KOMU8. Go into overtime with KOMU8 Sports Extra with Chris Gervino. Sunday nights after KOMU8 News at 10. Exclusive interviews, expert analysis, and exciting highlights. Sports Extra with Chris Gervino. Sports coverage you can count on.
It's a great life here in Missouri. A land of hard work, good friends, and big dreams. Together, we can make those dreams come true.
We are here and ready to help, but only when you are.
Stop by, meet the team, and breathe easy, knowing we're behind the scenes, ready to go to work for what matters most. Because enjoying each precious moment is so important. First State Community Bank. Success starts here.
It's the absolute largest pre-owned liquidation sale in mid-Missouri. See the best selection of pre-owned vehicles by most major brands. Honda, Toyota, Ford, Dodge, Jeep, Subaru, Mazda, Hyundai, and more. All priced to sell and all in one place. 1200 I-70 Drive Southwest, Columbia, Missouri. Managers and credit specialists will be on site to help get you approved. Sale starts Wednesday, April 18th and doesn't end till we run out of stock. Hurry in for the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in mid-Missouri. Look for the tent off I-70 in Columbia.
All day, stay connected to Mid-Missouri news, weather, and sports. Download the free KOMU8 News app for coverage you can count on. The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by the law firm of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer. We will fight for you.
Welcome back to KOMU8 News here at 6 o'clock. Let's take a look at temperatures across the United States here. Get a setup here of what's to come. You can see cold temperatures up to our north, just in the 30s here in Des Moines at this point, 36 degrees there. Much warmer down to our south and our southeast, of course, 80s for a lot of those folks. And if we go ahead and look at our big picture, this is a cold front that rolled through earlier on today, bringing in that colder air for a lot of our afternoon, a bit of a cooling afternoon for us. Of course, we still have a lot of cloud cover overhead as well. That's going to start to break up a little bit tonight, but I am still expecting partly to mostly cloudy skies around sunrise tomorrow morning. Then, if we look at our next weather makers here, we're going to start off with the high pressure. This is going to bring us a lot of sunshine over the next couple days here. So this is going to slowly move down and affect us there, giving us that stable atmosphere. Then low pressure. Unstable stuff here. That's going to give us more cloud cover and a little bit more rain chance, but that's going to be for the weekend. I'm going to track that here for us too. But first, we're going to talk about temperatures specifically. A lot of folks wondering, when will we finally break out of this below average condition? So if we look at this, this is tonight, very cold still. Temperatures around freezing tomorrow morning. Then if we look into our Friday, as we head into the weekend, you can see some green here on the map. That's going to give us temperatures around about 60 degrees. So still below average, but it's not terrible, I guess you could say, considering what we've been dealing with. And then on Monday, almost the same thing, but just a little warmer. We're getting into the middle 60s here on Monday. Then a brief cold front will roll through on Monday night into Tuesday, cooling us down. But don't worry, we're back to warmer, more seasonal temperatures by the end of next week. So it is a little ways away still, but at least it's on our radar now at this point. By the end of April, looks like high temperatures closer to 70 degrees, which will be average by the end of April, beginning of May. About 70 is our average high temperature for that time of year. So we're getting closer to that finally by the end of this month. Just got to get through this chilly April that we've been dealing with. Now, let's track our next weather makers here. So again, a little bit of cloud cover out there tonight, even tomorrow morning, some clouds, but that will clear out for tomorrow afternoon. Abundantly sunny conditions, less wind definitely than we had today as well. So that's our Thursday. Then as we head into Friday, we're still dealing with mostly sunny skies, but check out that low pressure that starts to roll in. Again, we have high pressure overhead here, moving off towards the east, and then this low pressure starts to roll in. It's going to give us some cloud cover as you head into the late day and evening on Friday. We're likely going to be overcast on our Saturday, but most of this rain does look to hold off over to our west. So I'm not expecting much rainfall for us in mid-Missouri for the weekend. I think that will be more for our Great Plains folks over to the west, but it will be a cloudy weekend for us nonetheless, and it'll be below average still for us too. Could be even a bit breezy with gusts around 25 miles per hour. 34 degrees though for our low temperature tonight. Again, that's about definitely below average, but that's close to freezing here. Some gusts around 30 miles per hour still this evening. Those will die down by late tonight. 55 then tomorrow with winds from the north about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly sunny there too. And then looking ahead, we're at 60 degrees on Friday, 58 on Saturday. Again, those clouds set in for the weekend and a bit of a breeze too. 62 on Sunday, and then we're in the middle 60s for the beginning of next week before temperatures around 70 by the end of next week. Here's the Weather IQ question for the day, sponsored by Break Time. It's a multiple choice for you. The term used when the difference between the high and the low tide is relatively small, so a small tide difference. Is that going to be a wean tides, microtides or neap tides?
I swear, in Texas, I remember the term neap tides.
I'll go with Jim Rake on this one.
Yeah. Got to go with Jim on this one.
I lived there for 7 years, right there at South Padre Island. So.
Yeah.
Tides.
Yep, when they're very close together. It has to do with the moon phases, of course.
We will be right back.
Shift into spring at Capital Chrysler. Take advantage of amazing offers on new 2018 vehicles during the Spring Sales event going on all month long. Lease this 2018 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport JK for just $319 a month. Or lease this 2018 Jeep Compass for $292 per month. 0 down, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing. Hurry in for the Spring Sales event going on now at Capital Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Go with the guys you know.
We're live at Landmark Bank where a wolfman has been spotted. This is unbelievable.
I know, right? When I heard that Landmark is open on Sundays, I had to see it for myself.
Wait, did you say they're open on Sundays?
Yeah, actually, they're open every day from 7 to 7. So you can bank after work, when there's a full moon, whatever works for you.
Unbelievable.
At Landmark Bank, our unbelievable hours mean we're here for you from 7 to 7, 7 days a week, even on Sundays.
Hi, folks. Jerry O'Neill, Continental Siding Supply. It's time for a good spring cleaning. I've got siding too short to be seamless, too long to recycle, so I'm having a seams on the back of the house sale. If you would allow me to use up my odd lot sizes of siding on the back of your home, make a few seams, I promise the front and the two sides to be seamless. It's almost like getting the back of your home done free. This won't last long. Call now.
The KOMU8 iPhone and Android News app is brought to you by University Subaru. Download yours today.
The Village at Bedford Walk is now leasing villa and apartment homes designed for active adults 55 and older. We offer a variety of floor plans in a modern, vibrant community setting with no big entrance fee and no big commitment. Call to find out about our spring move-in specials.
In sports, in music, in medicine. The more you do something, the closer you can come to perfection. That's why Boone is the premier heart hospital in the region. Through the years, Boone Hospital Center has developed the expertise, experience, and staff you can trust your heart to. The touch.
Good job. Thanks, everyone.
The Village at Bedford Walk is now leasing villa and apartment homes designed for active adults 55 and older. We offer a variety of floor plans in a modern, vibrant community setting with no big entrance fee and no big commitment. Call to find out about our spring move-in specials.
A flock of seabirds decided to take a vacation in Mexico, as in Mexico, Missouri. These American white pelicans are on spring migration. KOMU8's Haley Jennings shows us how weather was the cause for their unusual pause.
It's not uncommon for pelicans to fly through Missouri. Pelicans fly through this area twice a year, spring and fall. This time, birds didn't just fly through, but rested in mid-Missouri. These pelicans are on the lake behind a radio station in Mexico, Missouri.
I think it's pretty neat that they are here. Unfortunately, a lot of people in this area do not know that they are actually uncommon to be in Missouri, let alone central Missouri.
It's not uncommon for them to stop here. Just last month, you could see these birds at the Lake of the Ozarks. The reason they're still here is because of the chilly weather up north. The pelicans are 2 to 3 weeks behind schedule because of it.
So it's very cold where these birds breed, which is across Canada and in parts of western U.S. And so it's still very cold, and they nest on isolated islands along big lakes. And so a lot of those lakes are probably still frozen solid, and so they're waiting for those nesting areas to open up.
These birds aren't staying put. If you take a look behind me, you wouldn't be able to see these birds from the road. You would have to come near the lake or live on a private property. Nelson posted a picture of a location he wouldn't share because...
Secret of it being a private lake, because you'll get people that share Facebook posts, post things on there, and you don't want the public going out to some private property to start taking pictures of an animal.
Kendrick says if it were warmer, the birds would be probably further north right now. She also says the freezing cold can make some of their nesting lakes freeze solid. In the studio, Haley Jennings, KOMU8 News.
Midwest visitors gathered on the MU campus today to talk renewable energy. There were all-electric cars out front like a Tesla, a Chevy Bolt, and a Mercedes-Benz. But the real work was going on inside. They heard that 15.7% of Columbia's energy comes from renewable resources. By the year 2022, Columbia hopes 25% of its energy will come from those type of sources.
I mean, I think that's a big part of how our industry grows is by learning from other people who have tried practices and to see what is similar about their situation that might be applicable to ours.
Columbia and the state want to install more charging stations for electric cars. Tiger baseball team off today.
But the Tigers have a huge series in Columbia coming up tomorrow. That's next in sports.
University Concert Series and the world-famous Moscow Festival Ballet presents Cinderella. Often considered the finest achievement of the classical ballet, this piece offers a grandiose and refined blending of traditional mime, expressive pas d'action, and spectacular divertissements in a lavish theatrical setting. Tuesday, April 24th at Jesse Auditorium. Tickets are available at concertseries.org. University Concert Series, presented by KOMU8, Columbia Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Office of Cultural Affairs, KMOS-TV, and Missouri Orthopedic Institute.
Being number one has its challenges. The early mornings, late nights, the takeout lunches. But the folks at Joe Machens Ford know it also has advantages, like the happy customers, the pure excitement, and once in a while, the homemade apple pie thank you gifts. Right now, get 2018 Escape S starting at $18,998, or choose 0% for 60 months, plus a $2,500 rebate. When you want more bang for your buck, there's the #1 dealer in Missouri, Joe Machens Ford.
Tonight's primetime lineup on KOMU8 and Mid-Missouri CW is brought to you by your Heart of Missouri Chevy dealers. Find new roads.
Premier Property Services wants you, the customer, to know why they are different from the other guys. Premier Property tears everything off the roof down to the decking to inspect for damaged plywood. Premier replaces all black felt, drip edge, and ventilation. Premier never does layovers on roofs. So don't hire a contractor who's going to cut these corners for the same price. Because Premier Property is an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, they can offer a lifetime workmanship warranty. The premier choice in home improvement.
Tonight, a former prosecutor returns.
Oh my God, that's Alex Cabot.
With her own form of justice.
I do what I have to do. You can't break the law, Alex. What are you going to do? Arrest me?
New SVU, tonight on NBC. Voight's protected her all these years. Huh? But tonight, is she the victim?
2 males, no female.
Or the suspect?
I haven't participated.
I'm worried about an 18-year-old girl who I think is being coerced. Chicago PD, new tonight on NBC.
Saturday, April 21st, it's Wise Brothers' Big Spring Public Consignment Auction with a huge selection of tractors, planting and seeding equipment, trucks, and other farm machinery for immediate sale. And a barbecue lunch will be available. Starts at 10 a.m. sharp and lasts until everything's gone with online real-time bidding through bidspotter.com. Where'd you say? Saturday, April 21st at Wise Brothers, just north of I-70 between the Millersburg and Hatton exits. Wise Brothers, a friend of Missouri's farmers since 1927.
Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU8 Sports.
Every baseball season, there's that one series that's always worth circling on the calendars. For Mizzou baseball, that series happens to come tomorrow against the nation's 6th-ranked Vanderbilt Commodores. They pay a visit to Columbia, and Vanderbilt comes to town riding a 3-game winning streak. And the Commodores are an SEC powerhouse, you may remember. The Tigers have only beat them once in 6 seasons. Missouri is currently ranked 5th in the SEC East, just 3 games behind Vanderbilt. And the Tigers come into the series in the win column after Tuesday's 5-3 win over Chicago State. Missouri's 3-game series with the Commodore kicks off tomorrow at 7 at Taylor Stadium. And on the women's side, the Mizzou softball team looks to extend its 3-game winning streak, and it'll be a tall task for the Tigers. They travel to South Carolina to take on the number 12 ranked Gamecocks. And this will be the Tigers' last SEC road series of the season. With only 6 games left in the SEC this season, the softball team will look to finish up the season strong and keep the SEC tournament hopes alive. Missouri currently sits at 11 in the SEC. Remember, the top 12 teams will make the tournament, and junior Riley Pierce has played a key role for Missouri's resurgence. Pierce won last week's SEC Player of the Week, hitting above 600 with a home run and 5 RBIs. The series opener is set for Friday at 4:30. And from the diamond to the greens, today is the start of the SEC Women's Golf Championship. The Missouri Tigers are competing with 14 teams in the top prize in Hoover, Alabama. As of now, the Tigers are sitting in 6th place in the tournament with the team score 16 over par. Jess Ewan is leading the way for Missouri individually with 2 over par, but several teammates are close. The 5 teams ahead of Missouri are all ranked in the NCAA top 25. Second-ranked Alabama currently leads the tournament with a team score of 2 under par. Round 2 of the tournament begins tomorrow at 8 a.m. And to the MLB now, the Royals took on the Blue Jays in Facebook's Week 3 game of the week, and Kansas City was looking to end its 7-game losing streak. That's the longest active one in the MLB right now, but the streak would continue. The Royals just finished up moments ago. Curtis Granderson hit a grand slam in the 8th inning. The Royals fell 15-5. We will have highlights of that game at 9 and 10. And the St. Louis Cardinals game at Wrigley Field tonight was postponed due to weather for the second time in 3 days, so the game today is being moved tomorrow at 1:20. And that's sports.
What makes Joe Muckins Toyota so different? We think it's our people and legendary low prices on over 600 vehicles in stock. Right now, get 0% financing on 2017 Tacoma, 2018 RAV4, and 2018 Corolla. That's right, 0% financing on some of your favorite models. Free in to save on your new Toyota and experience the difference at Joe Muckins Toyota. Vandiver and JoeMuckinsToyota.com.
At Rebath, we believe everyone should have a bathroom they love. That's why we do it all. With design guidance, quality products, and professional installation, we make it easy to remodel and love your entire bathroom. For special offers and to schedule your free in-home consultation, visit us at rebath.com.
Hi, it's Scotty and Katrina from today's Best Country, Clear 99, to let you know that the Clear 99 $500 survey is back.
We've surveyed Mid-Missouri with a bunch of hard-hitting questions like, what's something a guy does to make a woman mad?
Oof. Be the 9th caller weekdays at 7:20, 10:20, 1:20, and 4:20. Tell us the top answers given, you'll win $500.
It's the Clear 99 $500 survey. Learn more at clear99.com.
At Women's and Children's Hospital, we don't just accept what is, we imagine what could be. A stronger bond between you and your baby, a gentle C-section experience, a home-like setting for natural births, all delivered by the most experienced women's healthcare team in mid-Missouri. It's the kind of care all women should expect when they're expecting. See how Women's and Children's Hospital is bringing what's next to what's now at muhealth.org/expecting.
Bella Casa, affordable, carefree retirement living for active adults. Bella Casa, a beautifully landscaped, age-restricted condominium community. When you're ready to downsize from your large home, Bella Casa's spacious open floor plan is perfect for living the life you deserve. Bella Casa, the place to live in Southwest Columbia, right across from Twin Lakes. Come and visit our model home. When you're ready to downsize, you're ready for Bella Casa.
Want to drive the best? Want a luxury buying experience at affordable pricing? New BMW vehicles starting at $34,900. An affordable luxury buying experience on used vehicles too. A large selection of trucks, vans, Fords, Chevys, Toyotas, Nissans, and much more. VIP service before, during, and after the sale. We want your business at BMW of Columbia, 1900 I-70 Drive Southwest. Distinctively different. Druring Automotive.
This summer, dream big at the Show Me State Games. Join KOMU 8.
And the Missouri Lottery at the largest Olympic-style showdown in the country. Visit smsg.org.
And here's a look at what we're following for KOMU 8 News at 10 o'clock. America is remembering Barbara Bush today.
A mid-Missouri woman joins in by talking about her mother's cookbook that Barbara Bush had a hand in making. That's coming up at 10 o'clock. Neat story. Kenton.
Well, it's going to be another chilly morning for us tomorrow. Temperatures around freezing once again. Wind chills likely in the upper 20s. And we'll have a little bit of cloud cover out there. But the clouds will leave us by tomorrow afternoon. We're at 55 degrees tomorrow afternoon. And it's going to be abundantly sunny for us there. We're also looking at calmer winds, only about 5 to 15 miles per hour on our Thursday.
What does your crystal ball say about this time next week?
This time next week, what is that, next Wednesday?
Yeah.
Next Wednesday?
Yeah.
I think we'll be getting closer to highs around 70 by maybe give me about 8 days. 8 days. 8 days.
Hey,
Right?
I mean, things are looking up, it looks like.
Write that down right now. Kenton says in 8 days it'll be spring.
I'm going to hold you to it, Kenton.
I think it will. May's going to be a little better.
All right. That is our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock.